$200,000.
Ah, great. Right on.
Ranieri. Unfortunately, my name's not Ranieri.
Okay, ready?
I'd have to do a change of name. That's about a quarter with everything else.
Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order, please.
Regular meeting of Washington, Missouri City Council, Monday, April 1st, 2019, 7 p.m. Heidrich.
Here.
Holtmeyer.
Aye.
Wojcicki.
Here.
Hatke.
Here.
Pettit.
Here.
Skornia.
Here.
Sullentrup.
There.
Waterman.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will all the council answer if they have or have not read the minutes of the council meeting dated March 19th, 2019? Heidrich.
Aye.
Holtmeyer.
Aye.
Wojcicki.
Yep.
Hatke.
Yes.
Pettit.
Yes.
Skornia. Sullentrup.
Yes.
Waterman.
Yes.
Having read the minutes, are there any comments or questions, any corrections?
Make a motion. Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Mohesky, seconded by Heidrich, to approve the minutes from our last meeting dated March 18, 2019. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? By your vote, you approve the minutes. Thank you.
Approval and adjustment of agenda, including consent agenda. You have the collector's report for October 2019, investment report for October 2019, change order 1 for Ranieri Construction Airport Terminal reconstruction, and we've been asked to postpone item 7A.
Okay, are there any comments or questions on any of those items?
The Ranieri contract, we're safe with that? We're to that point to pay the remaining?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the change order number 1, just to brief everyone, there were two ADA ramps that were added to the terminal, and during construction, they uncovered the clay pipes that were there that collected the downspout pipes. I had them replace those with PVC because I did not think it made sense to leave old clay pipe underneath new concrete, and this does final out the quantities as well. So it's a pretty standard change order to close a job out.
Any other questions or comments?
So we're all evened up with Ranieri. We're done with them?
Yeah, there's an ordinance later on, I think,
Okay.
that, and Mark,
There's an ordinance down.
Under
Further down, we
7D,
Okay.
there's an ordinance to approve a settlement agreement.
I could give you an update on the progress.
This is just for the change order right here.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else?
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Holtmeyer, seconded by Pettit, to approve the items on the consent agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? By your vote, you approve those items. Thank you.
Priority items, mayor's presentations, appointments, and reappointments. We have a proclamation for General Aviation Appreciation Month.
No. Okay, so the first we have 2 proclamations this evening.
He's pushing.
You wish. Anyway, 2 proclamations this evening, and the first is for General Aviation Appreciation Month. And Kevin Hellman is going to accept this for us. So it reads, General Aviation Appreciation Month, April 2019. Whereas the City of Washington and the State of Missouri has a significant interest in the continued vitality of general aviation, aircraft manufacturing, aviation, educational institutions, aviation organizations, and community airports. And whereas general aviation and the Washington Regional Airport have an immense economic impact on the City of Washington. And whereas Missouri is home to 122 public use airports, which serve 8,825 pilots and 3,985 active general aviation aircraft. And whereas Missouri is home to 93 fixed-based operators, 58 repair stations, 123 heliports, 7 FAA-approved pilot schools, 1,932 flight students, and 1,604 flight instructors. A lot of words here. And whereas general aviation airports in Missouri support an economic impact of over $857 million annually, and whereas general aviation not only supports Missouri's economy, it improves overall quality of life by supporting emergency, medical, and healthcare services, law enforcement, firefighting, and disaster relief, and by transporting business travelers to their destinations quickly and safely. And whereas the nation's aviation infrastructure represents an important public benefit, and congressional oversight should be in place of this system to ensure that it remains a public system and serves communities of all sizes. Now therefore, I, Sandy Lucy, Mayor of the City of Washington, do hereby proclaim general aviation a vital strategic resource to the City of Washington and declare April as General Aviation Appreciation Month in Washington, Missouri. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Washington, Missouri, this first day of April, 2019. Signed, Sandy Lucy, Mayor. There you go.
I didn't make a speech. But I will tell you guys, the transformation from where we were to what we're doing now has gone absolutely wonderful. Thanks to the administration upstairs, everything has been smooth. Everybody seems to be very happy with what's going on. And it, you know, other excuse me, I showed a couple of them pictures of the jets that have showed up in the last month. We're doing really well. Come over, visit us. If you got any ideas, plans, you know where we're at.
Thanks,
Thanks
Kevin.
again.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. We'll see you. Take care.
I would just add that if there are any ideas, out there that we could improve on, just let Kevin, Darren, and myself know. And we didn't give proper introduction to one of our newest employees, so Kevin Hellman, who is doing a great job as our airport manager. So we'll continue to improve. And like I said, if you have any questions or concerns, please forward those, Kevin.
And Kevin is the one that's made this seamless for us, so I just want to go ahead and hats off to him.
It is Employee of the Month then.
I was going to say, if he keeps that up, he might actually be Employee of the Month. And if we don't have that yet, we'll start it.
Well, we had it. We may have to revisit it.
See you, Kevin.
Proclamation, National Library Week.
Hey, y'all want to come forward?
Very bored.
Okay, you can stand right over here. Okay, so. Good. Okay, our second proclamation this evening is for National Library Week. Excuse me. National Library Week, April 7th through 13, 2019. Whereas today's libraries are not just about books, but what they do for and with people, and are at the heart of cities, towns, schools, and campuses. And whereas libraries promote the free exchange of information and ideas for all, are cornerstones of democracy and have long served as trusted and treasured institutions where people of all backgrounds can be together and connect. And whereas libraries and librarians build strong communities through transformative services and programs and partner with civic organizations to ensure their communities' needs are being met. Whereas libraries keep people informed and aware of community events and issues, and are a resource for all members of the community by offering services and educational resources that transform lives and strengthen communities. And whereas libraries, librarians, library workers, and supporters across America are celebrating National Library Week. Now therefore, I, Sandy Lucy, Mayor of the City of Washington, do hereby proclaim April 7 through 13, 2019 as National Library Week in the City of Washington, Missouri, and encourage all residents to visit the library and explore what's new at your library and engage with your librarian. Because of you, libraries transform. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Washington, Missouri, this first day of April 2019. Signed, Sandy Lucy, Mayor. Here you go.
I would just like to say thank you for all of your support with our library, and I know Claire does so much work behind the scenes, and it's really been a pleasure working with her over the past few years. And the proclamation, Mary, you did an outstanding job with that.
Thank you.
But libraries really are a center within our community, and we're so fortunate to have it here, and thank you for all of your support. Plus, we hope to see everyone out voting for Prop L tomorrow.
Thanks, Katie.
Planning and Zoning Commission reappointments.
Okay, this evening we have 2 reappointments to the Planning and Zoning Commission. It would be Samantha Cerruti Wacker and Tom Holdmeyer. Those are for, I don't have my note right in front. How many year terms?
4 years.
4-year terms. So anyway, so they would expire in 2023.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Patke, seconded by Heidrich, to approve the reappointments of Samantha Cerruti Wacker and Tom Holdmeyer to the Planning and Zoning Commission. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? By your vote, you approve the reappointments. Thank you.
Citizens' comments.
Is there anyone here who would like to address the council on any item that is not on the agenda?
Report of department heads. Police
Anyone?
Department booking remodeling.
As I had just discussed in our earlier meeting, I just need your permission to sign off with Sure Manufacturing to get the product going for that, so we can have that for the reboot.
This is the item we previously talked about. Any questions or comments?
I guess I'm all for it. Hopefully, the officer safety is at hand. I guess my question is the budget number. The month, we don't know that number yet, or we're kind of in question yet.
It's about 16,000, but with new cameras that are going in in all the cells and areas of the booking room, they take a different grade of cable, a CAD 6. So that CAD 6 has to replace the old cables for the old cameras. All the new cameras run off of higher grade cable. So we have to account for that cable in doing that.
Any other questions?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Waterman, seconded by Holtmeyer, to approve the chief's request, I guess
Sign
the
the contract with Sure.
the contract with Sure Manufacturing. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? By your vote, you approve the item. Thank you.
Any other department
Any
heads?
other? John, did you have anything from department heads?
I did not.
Okay.
Ordinances, resolutions, an ordinance amending Section 211.020 of the Code of the City of Washington, Missouri.
Holtmeyer.
Introduced by Councilman Sullentrup.
Okay.
Right. These next 2 items are pertain to the same code amendment. If you remember, we had a public hearing at our last meeting to allow for indoor shooting ranges. This first code amendment is amending the section that requires all shooting ranges to be outdoors. Well, it doesn't say outdoors, all to be on property that's at least 3 acres in size. This is amending it to exclude indoor shooting ranges, and then to not have to be 400 feet from a residence. So still require a special use permit. So.
Any questions or comments?
An ordinance amending Section 211.020 of the Code of the City of Washington, Missouri. Skornia?
Yes.
Sullentrup?
Yes.
Hettke?
Yes.
Pettit?
Yes.
Waterman?
Yes.
Heidrich?
Aye.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
Moheski?
Yes.
By your vote, you approve the ordinance. Thank you.
An ordinance amending Chapter 400, Attachment 1 of the Code of the City of Washington, Missouri, and by adding thereto provisions regarding indoor shooting ranges.
Holtmeyer.
Introduced by Councilman Skornia.
This is the following ordinance, actually adding it to our code of permitted uses as a special use, C2, C3, M1, M2, and planned districts.
Any questions, comments?
All right, thank you.
An ordinance amending Chapter 400, Attachment 1 of the Code of the City of Washington, Missouri, by adding thereto provisions regarding indoor shooting ranges. Skornia?
Yes.
Sullentrup? Hettke?
Yes.
Pettit?
Yes.
Waterman?
Yes.
Heidrich?
Aye.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
Moheski?
Yes.
By your vote, you approve the ordinance. Thank you.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of a settlement agreement and mutual release of claims by and between the City of Washington, Missouri and Ranieri Construction, LLC.
Sullentrup.
Introduced by Councilman Sullentrup.
So as part of the closeout with our contract for Nary Construction, Mark and staff were able to work together to come up with an agreement with Ranieri to complete the project and essentially move on from this project. As far as the work that's been completed to date, Ranieri has finished Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the pavement replacement portion. If you all recall, they damaged approximately 7 panels, I believe, of pavement during temporary striping removal operations last fall. So part of the settlement package was to remove and replace those panels with new concrete. That has been completed. Phase 2 has been completed. They're going to be working on striping operations hopefully tomorrow. It is not, the Phase 2 is not in use as of right now, just because concrete needs time to cure. But I have been talking with Kevin Hellman and CMT, our consultant, and they are very much pleased with what has occurred to close the project out. This does retain approximately $14,000, a little more than $14,000 of dollars just to close out for any additional issues as far as grading or when they actually move away from the airport if they damage anything. So there is some retainage that is left, so that's why you do not see the final pay request on this agenda. Mark, I don't know if you have anything else to add?
No, that's a pretty good summary. We're holding back $14,298 and some change until they finish the panels, and the panels have been accepted by the city. So there's enough money there to cover the work that was left to be done.
So we're waiting for them to cure, that's it?
Yeah.
Correct.
striping.
And there's some sealing that needs to be done as well. But that's scheduled to be completed tomorrow.
Was all the caulks cracked already and stuff?
What's
All the caulks cracked already?
It's caulked.
So, no, I got you. Yeah, they're going to be working on that this week. So we don't anticipate any issues.
All right.
I know earlier on there were some problems with routing out the joints and having some workmanship issues with that, but that's all been resolved. They have a subcontractor doing that work now. So we don't anticipate any issues. And like Mark stated, we do have enough dollars if they were to not complete the project within specification. So I think the moral of the story is that we do have a product that we did pay for, that we did anticipate at the beginning of the project, albeit it's taken a long time to get here. And once again, we've been working with all the pilots and just ensuring we have access to fueling stations, things of that nature, to limit disruption to the users. So I just appreciate the public's patience while we complete this and move on.
Okay. Any questions of John?
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of a settlement agreement and mutual release of claims by and between the City of Washington, Missouri and Ranieri Construction, LLC. Skornia?
Yes.
Sullentrup?
Yes.
Patchke?
Yes.
Pettit?
Yes.
Waterman?
Yes.
Heidrich?
Aye.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
Moheski?
By your vote, you approve the ordinance. Thank you.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of a contract agreement by and between the City of Washington, Missouri and Glant Roofing LLC.
Patke.
Introduced by Councilman Patke. Wayne?
Yes, I spoke to you guys about this last month, in last month's meeting. Due to the storms back in 2017, the roof at the library needs to be replaced, so we've gone out to bid. It's package E. That also includes not only the library roof, which is a rubber roof, the snow retention snow retention system here at City Hall. And due to the rubber roof at the library and staff not being comfortable with that, we consulted with Horn Architects with the project, and we received 5 bids. Only 3 of the bids met the requirements and specifications outlined in the bid document, and we'd like to move forward with Glant Roofing. The library roof bid was $110,152, and the snow retention for City Hall was $9,334 for a total of $119,486. And that amount is less than what the insurance company said, or the insurance settlement of $132,207.85. So I'm looking for a recommendation, I'm looking for approval to go forward with Glant Roofing in the bid amount of $119,486.
Any questions?
Has Glant Construction been recommended by Horn?
Horn has worked with them in the past and has had nothing but good things to say about them. And I think someone in this meeting, I think it was this meeting, asked about snow retention on the police department building. And we do have it over there, over the main walk-in area. Although I think we had so much snow in January, it just couldn't handle all that snow. But we do have them on there, so most snows it can handle fine unless we have 12 inches, so.
But this is for this roof here.
But this,
that
yeah,
additional right here.
this one has
This
no
is
snow
a
retention.
hazard that we have currently right here, we feel, so that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I was just concerned about the recommendation.
Anyone else?
An ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of a contract agreement by and between the City of Washington, Missouri and Glant Roofing LLC. Scornia?
Yes.
Sulentrop?
Yes.
Patke?
Yes.
Pettit?
Yes.
Waterman?
Yes.
Heidrich?
Aye.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
Wahesky?
By your vote, you approve the ordinance. Thank you.
An ordinance accepting the bid from Landscape Structures, Inc., and to approve the purchase of 2 ADA-compliant bleachers by the City of Washington, Missouri.
Introduced by Councilman Scornia. Okay.
This is the bleachers, the 2 bleachers that I talked to you about earlier tonight. We'd like to purchase two bleachers that are ADA compliant. The other bleachers we currently have are out of code and old in age. And so we budgeted $21,220, and the bid came in a little over budget at $24,588. But we do have some savings in that account line from other purchases. So I'm looking for your support for this.
Wayne, is this a company we've been buying all of our?
Yes, we bought several sets of bleachers from this company before.
Any other questions?
An ordinance accepting the bid from Landscape Structures, Inc., and to approve the purchase of 2 ADA-compliant bleachers by the City of Washington, Missouri. Scornia?
Yes.
Sulentrop? Patke?
Yes.
Pettit?
Yes.
Waterman?
Yes.
Heidrich?
Aye.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
Wahesky?
Yes.
By your vote, you approve the ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor's report.
Well, first of all, tomorrow is Election Day, and there are 2 propositions on the ballot that are vital to our community, and especially Prop L for the library. So if you're in the ward, does that count? Go out to vote. And And so everyone needs to remember to go out and vote tomorrow. I'd like to also express thanks to Jeff and Susan for your time on the council. And we'll see you again at the next meeting when we certify the ballots. But it's been great working with you, and we'll miss you and stuff like that. But it's been great. So anyway, and then a reminder of the Municipal League dinner on April 17th, which Mary has graciously made sure that everybody realized it was not canceled. It was just the 9 o'clock time was canceled. So anyway, so that's at 6 o'clock in Sullivan. And I believe that's all I have. So
April 17th.
April 17th. Mhm. I'm sorry?
In Oak Grove.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It's out that way.
It's officially
Probably in the
Oak
other
Grove.
county, isn't that where that's located? Okay.
City Administrator's report.
No report. I just have one item for you in executive session.
Council comments.
Comments?
Public vote on whether or not to hold a closed meeting to discuss personnel, legal, and real estate matters pursuant to Section 610.021 RSMO 2000. Scornia?
Yes.
Sullentrup?
Yes.
Patchkey?
Yes.
Pettit?
Yes.
Waterman?
Yes.
Heidrich?
Aye.
Holtzmeyer?
Aye.
Wahesky?
My final vote's going to be a no. Still makes no difference.